Are your finances feeling under the weather? It is time for a financial health checkup with Bruce Sellery. Dr. Sellery.
Yeah, Dr. Sellery.
Nice lab coat.
I was aiming for Grey's Anatomy, but I sort of think I landed at drugstore cosmetics counter. I think in the end that's the look. But I did bring a stethoscope so we can go check the heart rates of our guests afterwards to see if they are calmer or more stressed out after our conversation.
Because we are talking about money and we are talking about checking in on our finances and all the things.
All the things.
Why do people need to do sort of a mid-year check?
Like a physical health check, it gives you a picture of what's going on in the present. Like, you know, you're in the doctor's office and they're like, what is that rash? You got to get that checked. Right. So this is the financial equivalent of the present. It also is so important to have a baseline over the course of time. Like, what's happening over the course of time? And as you say, great mid-year. December is going to be too nuts. Yeah. It is also something I think we should admit that not everyone is going to love to do. Like, I don't like stepping on the scale when I go to the doctor's office, but I have some tricks. I take off my watch, my ring, my glasses, and then I inflate my lungs, like fully inflate my lungs, hoping that the physics of a balloon will take at least 2 or 3 pounds off. Like, I'll just kind of levitate above the scale. Yes. Do you do that?
Yeah, everything off, including my hair.
Yeah. I can't do that in the way that you can do that. I should try that.
There's probably a good 3 pounds going on
right in there.
Right? Okay, so how do you go about doing a financial check?
So the vital signs of a physical check are what? Pulse, temperature, blood pressure. Yeah. For financial health, they are cash flow, net worth, and savings. So cash flow is income minus expenses, right? Hopefully positive, sometimes not. Net worth is assets minus any debt that you have. And savings is for all the things like emergency savings, retirement, kids' education, all those things. So those are the 3 fundamental things that you're checking in your financial health check.
Okay, so you're checking the pulse on all those things. Now, with the physical check, there is sort of a normal.
Yeah.
So a body temperature of 40 degrees, you know it's not normal.
Not normal.
You're in big trouble.
Yeah.
How does that idea work here?
40 degrees, you are about to start your sheets on fire. So you should call the ambulance right away. In money, there's no normal because the circumstances can be so different, right? Like the recently graduated student with a ton of student debt is very different than a retiree in a rural community. Right. The other thing is our goals are different. If you want to retire at 55, your health check looks very different than if you want to retire at 75. So, for example, I have the muscle mass of a typical middle-aged guy, right? Maybe a little better. But if my goal was to be an Olympic weightlifter, I am decidedly off track. Like, this is not good. Right. So it really depends on what your goals are.
Okay, so you're looking at everything, and you're saying basically check, check, check. What if everything is no, no, no?
Yeah, if everything's no, no, no. So you say, am I earning more than I spend? Am I spending? Is my net worth rising over time? Am I saving for things that are important? Yeah. If the answer is no, 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 then you need to do the diagnosis and the treatment. So much like, your blood pressure is too high, the diagnosis is too much salt, the treatment is a different diet plan. With cash flow, it's negative cash flow, and you say, okay, what's the diagnosis? I am spending too much money based on my income, and the treatment is I got to figure out a way to cut expenses. That's really how
I hate that.
It's so gross. It's horrible.
There's got to be another solution.
Yeah, I know. No? The other thing that I would say, when the situation is less acute, think about physical health. Sometimes your doctor will recommend vitamins, like vitamin D, which I don't think makes any difference.
Yes,
I think
it
they're just trying to justify their fee. Come on. All right, fine. You're more connected to the world of health. I always think like 4 drops on my cereal is going to make any difference.
Yes, it does.
So in the world of a financial health check, Dr. Tracy Moore, it is things like, oh, I need a better rewards card or a low-fee bank account, something really around the margins that isn't going to make the massive difference that other things might.
Okay, that's good. That's a really good analogy. So doctors will often refer you to a specialist. Yeah. If things are off track and you need to go to an endocrinologist or a cardiologist. Yeah. Does that work for our financial
100%.
checkup?
So here would be some examples. So say you're dealing with a level of credit card debt. Yeah. You might really do well to be referred to, and you're referring yourself here, but referred to a nonprofit credit counselor. If you are thinking, oh, how am I going to deal with my mortgage? It may be that you need to refinance, so you should talk to a mortgage broker. Right. If you're someone whose tax filings are not up to date, or you have this sneaking suspicion that you have not got all the deductions and credits, a tax accountant could be really helpful. And if you're someone who's like, I want to retire someday, but I don't have a retirement plan, I don't know, a referral to a financial advisor or a financial planner could be super, super helpful. So like your physical world, you may have a general practitioner, like a family doctor, and then other people around you, not only other doctors, a physiotherapist, a psychologist, a nutritionist. Same for your financial life. There's lots of different aspects that are surrounding you in areas of support.
So you're holistically healthy, or you're holistically financially healthy.
Yes.
You need all of those things.
I love how you took the metaphor and just took it
I'm just
all
running
the
with
way.
it.
Love it.
All the way.
Love it.
So you've made it super simple, but there are probably some other things around, like it's more than just money.
It is.
Right?
And just going back to our metaphor here, physical health could include DNA testing.
Yeah.
It could include an MRI. It could include cognitive tests, though I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
That was the most humiliating part of my physical ever. It's like, oh my God, I'm actually stupid now. How did that happen? How did this happen?
I used to be so smart.
Yeah, I know, I'm not. So with money, sure, there's lots of stuff you can do, but let's focus on just the basics.
Right.
Just the basics. I'm going to go and check their heart rate now.
Yes. Do you know how to do that?
No, not even at all. I know that you talk into this part. You talk into
Dr.
that.
Sellery, you're so smart.
You know, my dad's a doctor, hey?
Oh, I didn't know
So you say that. I'm like, you talking about my dad? Yeah.
No, we're talking about Dr. Sellery Jr.
Yeah, Junior.
You're doing great.